And we are live with the Sports Block. My name is Will Giddis alongside our women's basketball expert analyst, Tom Hartshorn, to bring you your Middle Creek Lady Mustangs taking on the Cary Lady Imps here in a SWAC matchup. Here at Middle Creek, we got quite a game. Tom, why don't you tell us what we got matched up here?
We have the 4-11 Middle Creek Mustangs versus the 11-3 Cary High School Imps. Now, Cary is 3-2 in conference, while Middle Creek is 0-5.
Yeah, you know, Middle Creek's kind of had a bit of a rocky start here, both in and out of conference. For those familiar with Coach Wes Petty, you know he is not happy with the kind of the path the team has taken. I know that there has been some improvements on the court, and we look forward to seeing those here tonight. But there is one thing standing, one very tall thing standing in the Mustangs' way in this game, and that is 6'5" player Azura Stevens. She is 6'5", and I believe you were telling me she had plenty of offers to colleges.
Yeah, she, as I was looking it up earlier, has many Division I offers from local schools and schools around the country.
Yeah, and, you know, we look at her on the sideline in the huddle here. She's just so much taller than everybody else. And, she looks like an athlete. You know, so a lot of times some of these girls come out here, they're tall, but they kind of look lanky and maybe a little bit clunky. She looks like an athlete.
Most definitely. If anything that I saw in warm-ups watching today is Cary definitely has the height advantage, and I want to see how Middle Creek responds to take that on.
Yeah, look for her. She's number 23 on the court. And like you said, unfortunately, Mustangs do not have very much size at all. I mean, you just look down the roster here, and it's nobody. I don't think anybody on the Mustangs breaks 6 foot. And we're about ready to have tip-off here. You can see the size differential quite clearly in this particular situation.
Yeah, we'll see if Cary wins the toss here.
And that is going to go to number 14, who misses the layup. Rebound by number 10, who's going to take it back and put it in for the first 2 points of the game. That was Charlesia Walton. Number 21 takes it up the court. That's Kylie McElroy. She's going to get fouled on the way.
Cary tried to bring out a full-court press there, see how the Mustangs would respond, and Mustangs were able to get around it and get a foul on it.
They're going to inbound it here to Ayan Ali, to Shank. Back to the crest. They're going to pass it back to Shank again. Number 10 under the middle. That's Holly Height. To her again on the outside. Looking to pass it. McElroy's got the ball. Shank under the middle, and that's going to be a layup, making the score 2-2.
Middle Creek definitely has a good ball movement there on that possession.
And that's really what they're going to have to do here if they're going to be successful in this game. And McElroy's going to take it up the court. It's 3-on-3. Going for the layup. A little bit of an awkward release there. Going to hit off the backboard and going to be taken up to the court by Cary. 3-shot by number 23, Azura Stevens. Kind of odd to see the tallest player by far on the court ramping up to take threes.
Yeah, you would not expect that. You expect the tallest player on your team to be down in the paint trying to put in layups and short shots.
As we mentioned earlier, though, she has that athletic look to her. I'm not surprised if she can shoot as well. And here she has the ball in a breakaway, going for the layup. And that's going to be good for 2. Cary goes up by 2. I just don't see the Mustangs having any way to guard her in that situation.
No, this full-court press is giving the Mustangs some trouble.
They're going to pass it back to Stevens. She's going to shoot inside the 3. Just going to miss. Going to be recovered by the Mustangs. That's Ali with the ball. There's a timeout by the Mustangs called by Coach Petty.
Good start for both teams. Middle Creek having a little trouble coming up the court, and Cary's having a little difficulty shooting, but, you know, both has their strengths and weaknesses so far.
And, you know, that's something about women's basketball that differs a little bit from men's is the score never really gets away from one team. women's games typically are not very high scoring, so when a team pulls ahead, it's usually not by much, which gives the opposing team a chance to catch up, which is most teams' goal is to just stay in the game as long as they can.
Women's basketball games can be very interesting due to that point.
Exactly.
Cary sticking with the full court press here.
Going to bring up the court. Pass to Ali on the outside. She's a very good three-point shooter. She's going to pull up for one here. Just a little bit short, going to bounce off the rim. Recovered by Stevens. She's going to bring it up the court. Shot inside the three, off the rim. Recovered again by Cary. Almost intercepted by the Mustangs. Stevens passes it under the middle to number 32 for the layup. That was Brooke Anthony.
That was a good pass by Stevens there. Way to look all around the floor.
Yeah, and she's quite obviously the centerpiece of this Cary team, and it's nice to see, I guess, their star player giving up the ball and not trying to be greedy with it. That's what really makes a good all-around player.
Yeah, her position actually says she's a guard, forward, and center, so she literally does play every position on the floor.
And I can totally understand that as well. So 2-6 is the score. Mustangs only down by 4. Here's Ali for 3 on the outside. Oh, just missed it. Hit off the inside of the rim. Going to be recovered by Stevens, who brings it up the court again. She pulls up for the 3. Almost again. Covered by Cary, however. Number 30 looked like she's going to pull up. Passes it to the outside, number 15. That's Mallory Curtis. She's the captain. Setting up a play here. 5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Lets loose a 3. That one's an air ball. Mustangs just going to let that one go out of bounds.
Cary does have the height difference here, but they also do have the smallest player on the floor with number 24, Ashante Kinrid. But she has had 3 rebounds, if I am correct, which is really surprising to see so far in this game.
And here's the pass to Ali, almost intercepted. Here's, like you said, that full court press. And she's going to try to pass it, deflected, recovered by Cary. That's giving the Mustangs a lot of problems. This move is being able to pass the ball. Here's pass to the outside, number 15. She's going to throw it up to Stevens. Inside jump shot, no good. Height recovers the ball, and it's going to be Mustangs' ball anyway.
Mustangs are doing a good job getting the defensive rebounds and not having too many second chance points for the Imps.
And they're going to inbound the ball here. Not too much of a fight on the inbound from Cary. There again, once is the full court press. Here's Ali. Pass the height, deflected. Still going to remain Mustangs' ball.
Petty did not like that pass.
No, he did not. If I could just have a camera on Coach Petty at all times, my life would be complete. And that is a 3 drained by Ashley Shank. That was from beyond the three-point arc. That was a nice shot. Here's Stevens for the jumper. Here's for 3. That's good. That was nothing but net.
She responds with a big 3 there for the Imps.
And, we're only halfway through the first quarter, and you can already tell why she has so many Division I scholarships. Here's Shank going for the layup, and it's good. 7-9 Mustangs trail.
Ashley Shank has 5 of the 7 points for the Mustangs.
Here's Stevens again with a 3, and she drains that one as well. That was a beautiful shot. Coach Petty not happy. They trail 7-12 now. He's going to call a timeout. I mean, how do you defend that? How do you defend somebody who can shoot threes and play hard in the paint?
I'm really not sure. I mean, coming into this game, I thought, she was going to kill him in the paint. They were going to feed her, and she was going to post up on the block and just be unstoppable. But right now, she's killing them from outside the arc. So I don't really know what Petty can tell him to try to stop number 23 Stevens here.
Yeah, and she's they're gonna maybe have to double team her. I don't know how effective of a strategy that's gonna be, because she can literally just shoot over any player the Mustangs have.
Yeah, I know on both of her made 3s though, she didn't have anybody really in her face contesting her shot. So let's see if that makes any difference on her 3-point attempts.
And here's Shank, passes the height, going for the layup. Does not make it. Recovered by Cary.
Cary is still sticking with this full court press, even though the Mustangs are getting through it pretty easily.
Stevens with the ball at the crest. About to drive, dumps off to number 20. She shoots for the layup, fouled on the way up. Almost goes in, but that was no good. That's Becca Steed. She's going to have, I believe, two shots here.
One thing about this game is there's been few fouls. I think this might be the first or second time that a player has shot from the free throw line tonight.
I have a feeling that's going to be, as most games are, a big factor determining who wins here.
There's almost been as many timeouts called as there has been fouls.
Covered by Stevens. Shoots the three. Drains that one as well. She's now made 3 consecutive 3-point shots. Give the ball to Schenk. Looking for height. Going nowhere. That's going to be Cary's ball.
Looked like there was some miscommunication there for the Lady Mustangs on the offensive side.
Yeah, with the full court press, that's what's going to happen. You start forcing the offense to make mistakes. Number 25 passes to number 20, number 15 on the crest. Looks like she could have had a 3, but not very confident in her shot. Goes up for a layup is number 20. She is stuffed by McElroy. Height has the ball. She has fouled Mustang's ball.
Height is not the tallest girl, but she does get a lot of rebounds for the Mustangs.
Definitely. It's all about effort, along with height. But she puts in the effort, which is why she gets so many rebounds. There's Ali with the ball. Pass it to McElroy. To Ali again. Back to McElroy. Here's Height with the shot inside the 3. A little bit short. Recovered by Cary.
Oh.
Deflected by the Mustangs, but going to go out of bounds. Cary's ball anyway. Mallory Curtis bringing the ball up the court. Number 5, Margin Hamad. Here's a pass to Curtis.
Mustangs looking a little tired there on the court.
Height with the ball to McElroy. Ollie calling for the ball, doesn't see her, way over the head of Schenk. Almost hits athletic director Thompson. But luckily he is saved before it hit him.
No, we can't have that.
Cannot have that.
Very valuable man right there.
Coach Thompson, as he's typically referred to as, was the baseball coach for many years prior to becoming the athletic director, and I'd say he's done a pretty good job. And that's now 4 consecutive three-point attempts made by Stevens. She's on an absolute tear.
She is lighting up the scoreboard right now, and it's only the first quarter.
Only 1 minute and 25 seconds left here in the first quarter. Mustang's going to have to make some serious adjustments.
Good pass there. Failed to convert there.
3-point opportunity. Just decides not to take it. Stevens is open again. And she's going to drive, bounce it to the outside to Curtis, who shoots. No good, but got the rebound. Going for the layup, no good. Just throws that one up. Going to be fouled. And 2 shots for Cary.
Again, number 20 goes to the free throw line for Cary. There's less than a minute left here in the first quarter. Cary is up 18-7. She misses the first free throw.
And the second one is going to be good. Going to bounce off the back of the rim there. Mustangs do not want to go into the locker room, or into the second quarter, rather, with this big of a deficit. They got to get some more points on the board, and that's a quick layup to Height.
There's a quick, easy basket for the Mustangs to put them within 10.
To Stevens. In the inside, deflected by the Mustangs. That one's going to bounce out. Cary's ball.
It does look like they are trying to double-team Stevens by the Mustangs. I think that might have been what the last time out that Petty called his strategy.
She's going to bring it to the top of the crest. Oh, he tried to steal. That one's going to be intercepted by McElroy. She's going to drive, go for the layup, fouled. That's going to be 2 shots.
Let's see if she can convert these 2 free throws. These could be key for the Mustangs before the first quarter ends.
Yeah, every free throw is going to be key for the Mustangs, as they're going to be trailing for most of this game, I imagine.
But like you said earlier, in a girls' basketball game, you're never out of it.
Oh, no, for certain. And here's the first shot. Is good.
She has really good form for free throws for only being a freshman here at Middle Creek.
Yeah, it's a good point that we haven't really touched on freshmen playing on varsity basketball. I mean, if you're a freshman playing on any varsity sport, it's definitely a big deal.
Especially a starter.
And she goes 2 for 2. Those are going to be crucial. Mustangs now trail by 8.
Cary will probably hold here for the last shot in the first quarter.
That one's going to be
almost
tipped
a steal
by
by Middle Creek.
That one's going to bounce out of bounds, Cary's ball. They have 7.7 seconds to make a play before the second quarter. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here comes the 3, and that's
drains it.
So that's going to put the Imps up 22-11 over the Mustangs. They double the Mustangs score going into the second quarter. We're going to take a quick break while this interim times out. Stay tuned. You're watching the Sports Block. He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another 2. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone. You're watching the Sports Blog. He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another 2. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone. And we're back for the second quarter of this Mustangs Imps game. Cary leads 22-11 over the Mustangs. Mustangs going to start with the ball here. They're going to need to make some pretty good magic going here if they want to catch back up. Like we said, they should not be too difficult.
Well, I think if they just continue to move the ball around and pass the ball, they can get some open shots.
3 almost goes in. I don't know if you want to. I mean, 3s would be obviously the quickest way to catch up. That one's a nice interception by McElroy, but she's quickly got the ball stolen from her, and that's going to be a foul against Cary, or against the Mustangs, I believe.
The intensity on defense for the Mustang has increased, but she just wasn't able to hold on to the ball there, looking to get up to the court before she actually contained the basketball. Yeah,
as I was about to say, I think the Mustangs need to worry a little bit more about getting some of these layups, some 2s, before they worry about draining 3s. I mean, I understand it's probably tough with Stevens in the paint there, but they were successful with them earlier in the first quarter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. 3s might seem more appealing to catch up, but, quick 2s every possession almost will catch you up quicker than it would be, a 3 every now and then.
And that first free throw was good. The second one, not so. That was Becca Stead on the line.
And another rebound by Holly Height.
Ali with the ball. McElroy to Shank. And here's Height with the shot. Almost no good. Stevens getting swarmed the second she touches the ball. Here's a 2-pointer from Meredith Courtney, she's another captain. That's going to put them up 25-11. Height with the ball. About to shank, going for the three, and it's good.
Big three for the Mustangs there. Second one for Ashley Shank.
Nothing but net on that one.
She can convert a little bit more of those, and this game will be a lot closer.
Oh, definitely. Here, that foot was on the line. That would have been a two. No good, though. Ali with the ball. Her and McElroy going to make their way up the court. Pass to Shank. Intercepted by Stevens. And here she comes for the layup. Halfway was expecting a dunk, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I was almost getting ready out of my seat here to see if she was going to rise up and dunk there. Maybe even shatter her backboard.
More on that later. Here's Ali with the ball. Ali shoots the three. Almost off the backboard.
Well, it definitely seems like Middle Creek's plan is to shoot behind the arc and get rid of this deficit.
There's a two in and out of the basket. Moving up the court is Rebecca Stewart. That one's no ball. And here's Stevens with the ball, fakes the three, passes it to her teammate number 15, who goes for the two inside the three. And here's Height with the ball. She's got a one-on-one the other way. Goes for the layup. No foul, but good for two.
These quick twos are getting the Mustangs quickly back in this game.
As you see here, Stevens double team.
Yeah, double team seems to be working on her, making other players on their team have to contribute and score.
And there was a putback rebound from her. Can't do nothing about that if you're the Mustangs. And Shank's going to pass it off to McElroy. Ali with the ball. Shank wide open on the other side of the court.
Middle Creek definitely taking their time on the offensive end to find an open shot.
On the inside, goes for the two. Not a very good decision-making on pulling up for that shot. Cary going down the court. She's going to be fouled for two shots, I believe. But what Tom had mentioned, a player at Panther Creek, for those unfamiliar, was on Sports Center's top 10. He was actually number 1. Went up for a dunk and just shattered Panther Creek's backboard. And it was something to be seen, to say the least.
Most definitely. And, you know, curious is that was his first ever career dunk for varsity basketball.
Yeah, you know, if you're going to do it that way, that's the way to do it.
Oh, yeah. They have put in a new backboard already and have had him try it out so he will not break it again.
How funny would it be if he went up for the dunk and it broke again? What do you say at that point?
I'd say, hey, you have to pay for another backboard. I'd love to see one of those dunks in this game. See if Stevens could provide some excitement for us tonight.
I think that is the last thing Petty wants to see.
And you are not lying with that one.
Petty, of course, somehow gains the strength to wrestle a bear whenever he's coaching a girls' basketball game. He gets so intense and so into it, you'd almost imagine he'd win.
Yeah,
I think that's the best analogy I can come up for.
I'm really curious to see what Petty would do if he was on the floor.
And Cary bouncing the ball around. Stevens not on the court at this point. I believe she was on the court 100% of the time prior to this. Here's Ali with the steal and the layup. That's going to make the score Mustangs 18, Cary 29. Cary running right back up the court. Passes it under the middle, intercepted by Height. She's going to bounce it out to number 32, Shannon McLeod.
You know, this is the first time that Stevens has not been on the floor for Cary, and Middle Creek looks like they have the advantage on the court right now.
Cary is bringing up the ball, passing it around quite a bit. That one's going to go off the hands of a Cary player, Mustangs ball.
Cary's definitely looking tired out there, making some questionable passes there on the offensive zone.
Lily Podolsky wearing a face guard in this game. Unaware she was injured.
Yeah, from what I hear, I think she either knocked out a tooth or broke her nose. I'm not sure which one.
And there is an end one from Holly Height. That is a big play for the Mustangs. They are now trailing by 9.
This would be huge if she can make this free throw here. A lot of momentum for the Mustangs.
You almost don't want to talk because you know everybody in the room can hear you.
Very
That's
true.
how quiet it gets. Cary with the ball. Going to be a travel called against the Mustangs ball.
She did not like that call. Let's see if Middle Creek can keep up on this streak that they've got going points-wise. Ball movement has been key within this streak.
Podolsky down under. Needs to go somewhere with the ball. She's going to drive, go for the layup. That one's swatted down. Here's Stevens on the court again. Pass it to number 24 for the 3. That is good. That was Shanti Kindred. She's listed at 5'3" on the roster. Here's Schenk with a 3 and responds right back with one of her own. She's now has 3 3-pointers on the night.
Yeah, the points are rolling here for both teams late into the second quarter.
Stevens with the ball, pulls up for 2. Going to get rebounded by Cary. Kept in bounds by the Mustangs. Cary remains with the ball. Passes it again. You see the 2 people always staying near Stevens.
Yeah, they definitely want to double team her and make her other teammates have to score.
That shot is no good. Travel by the Mustangs. That's going to give the Imps the ball right back. Only 1:45 seconds left here in the second quarter. I feel like this quarter is going by a lot faster than the first one.
Yeah, much faster. First quarter was a little slow. This quarter has been definitely interesting for both teams. Middle Creek has definitely put a lot more points on the board. And, Cary obviously has too, making this game pretty interesting.
And I think the Mustangs have found out what they need to do with Stevens on the court. 22 going for the layup. That one's good. That was Rebecca Stewart. Ali with the ball. Stevens with the ball again. She's going to drive with the shot. Foot on the line. No good. In and out.
Cary is definitely getting a lot of offensive rebounds this quarter.
And that is a travel against Cary. Always a little bit awkward when we're set up on the visitors' bleachers and, everybody gets pretty angry about a foul that we're pretty excited for.
Yeah, benefits of sitting above the away fans here.
Lovely people, I'm sure.
Oh, most definitely. Especially if they're from Cary.
I believe that was Holly Height who was fouled.
What's interesting for the Cary players is 32 seems to be their main post presence, and she's not even the tallest player on the floor right now.
Yeah, like you said, Stevens is listed as being able to play every position. So if you have somebody else who's good at posting up, why not have Stevens, draining threes and have her under the basket,
Yeah, it seemed to be working for them so far.
First free throw and only free throw by Height is no good. Mustangs trail by 11. 40 seconds left here in the second quarter. Schenk knocks that ball out of bounds, carries ball right again.
Middle Creek definitely plays aggressive defense, always looking to swat passes. But sometimes Gets called on some fouls.
That was a push against the Mustangs.
Dead ball foul, so the Imps will inbound here.
And that one's intercepted by the Mustangs. This is McLeod going up the court. Ali with the ball. Oh no, she's going to try and hold it for the remainder of the 20 seconds left here in the second quarter. Looks like they are going to just try and pass it around a little bit. That one dribbles away Podolsky to Ali, to McLeod.
Let's see if they can get some points on the board here before this first half ends. Oh,
and that one's going to be intercepted. She's got 3 seconds, 2, 1. Stevens puts it up, and that is a layup before the half. That is not great for morale going into the locker room. Mustangs trail 23-36. They started making a little bit of a comeback here, and they're going to have to keep doing what they were doing to be successful in the third quarter. But in the meantime, we're going to take a break for halftime. Stay tuned. You're watching the Sports Block. He one block, and he drugs them all, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone. You're watching the Sports Blog. He one block, and he drugs them all, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone. You're watching the Sports Blog. He one block, and he drugs them all, and kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone. You're watching the Sports Blog. He one block, and he drugs them all, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone. You're watching the Sports Blog. He one block, and he drugs them all, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone. You're watching the Sports Blog. He one block, and he drugs them all, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone. You're watching the Sports Blog. He one block, and he drugs them all, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block,
and he drugs them all, and he
and kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block,
and he drugs them all, and
and kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block,
and he drugs them all, and
and kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block,
and he drugs them all,
and kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block,
and he drugs them all, and
kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block,
and he drugs them all, and
kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block,
and he drugs them all, and
kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block,
and he drugs them all, and
kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block,
and he drugs them all, and
kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
one block, and he
Oh!
just shrugs them off, and he makes
Oh!
another two.
And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block,
Oh!
and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another two.
And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block,
Oh!
and he just shrugs them off, and he makes
Oh!
another two. And we're back with the second half of play here for the Mustangs taking on the Cary Imps. They trail 23-36 at the beginning of the third quarter. I hope you spent halftime a little bit better than me and Tom, coughing hysterically nonstop, which is always pleasant. Cary moving the ball around. Inside layup to Stevens, no good. Puts it back up for 2 points.
You know, it's almost weird seeing her in the paint there. As odd as that sounds.
Kelroy to Ali. Ali, once again, one of the better perimeter shooters, been quiet most of the night. Schenk been responsible for, I think, all of the threes. And that one's over the head of height. Tom, how would you describe yourself as a basketball player? Do you like to think of yourself as an inside man or kind of a perimeter shooter?
You know, if I had to put myself as a basketball player, I'd probably say outside.
Outside,
but
shooting threes?
outside is more in the aspect of trying to get inside. So not like always shooting threes, but
I think I'm picking up what you're putting down, maybe. That one's going to be a foul against Middle Creek.
it's been a while since I've been on the court.
Yeah, you know, people ask me, will you inside guy or you shoot threes? And the answer to that is I just, you know, whenever there's a pickup basketball game, I just don't play. It saves me the embarrassment.
Depends on the day. Sometimes I feel like I'm a 5'5" shooting guard, and the other days I feel like I'm a 6'5" center.
Yeah, you know, honestly, that one in and out of the basket, going to be a foul, though, for one shot. Honestly, though, I have good days and bad days. I can drain threes for an hour one day and just not be able to make a layup the next. You know, it's the constant struggle, Tom.
Oh yeah, constant struggle of trying to get the ball in the hoop.
And here's the free throw, and that one's going to be good. Just
Ball.
2 shots. I thought she only had 1.
Yeah, ball is definitely not life for me.
Ball's not life for you? I don't know. Some of the girls, I'm actually pretty sure all of the girls on the court right now could beat me in basketball, without a doubt. Like, not even close. Score is now 23-40. Mustangs trail by 17. Now, we said a little bit earlier that it's difficult for a game to get away from a team. It's starting to get away from the Mustangs. They really need to make some adjustments here if they want to stay in this.
Yeah, they've had some questionable passes here early on in the third quarter. They definitely have to change some things up if they want to get close in this game.
Here's a pass to the perimeter, back up to the crest. That one off the backboard, rebounded by Stevens, put up for 2.
Cary definitely has a new plan in the second half to put Stevens down low and have her not shooting as many outside shots.
That was Schenk going for the layup. She gets fouled for 2 shots.
2 shots.
I'll tell you what, Tom. I did 1 season of recreational basketball up in New Jersey, and I honestly made 2 shots every game, and I was the starting point guard. I mean, through the entire season, I made 2 shots.
You know, I actually played a little middle school ball when
Really?
I was back in middle
That's
school.
why you're our expert analyst here.
I may have not played a lot, but I was on the team.
You know what? That's all that matters, because when the girls go back and look in their yearbook, I wonder who was on the basketball team. Tom Hartshorn is listed there.
You could say I helped the team GPA up a little bit.
Cary going to inbound the ball here. Stevens on the perimeter. You always know they're going to try and get her the ball.
Yeah, every possession they want her to have at least one touch.
And this one's was out of bounds on the Imps. Mustang's going to have the ball. Abby Coffey going to inbound it here. She's number 30.
You know, it's weird to see another coach be more energetic than Coach Wes Petty here. You know, the Cary coach seems to have a lot of energy right now, and Petty is pretty quiet on the bench.
I think Petty feels a little bit defeated right now. I mean, I've never seen him this calm in a third quarter of a basketball game. And the Cary coach reminds me a little bit of Jim Harbaugh.
Yes, he does. And the way he coaches in and the way he looks.
A three from Ali. I told you she was a good perimeter shooter. That was her first three of the night. Mustangs trail 28-45. Here's a three from Cary. That one's good for three.
Cary's still sticking with full court press.
That was Mallory Curtis. Here's a two from height.
Cary and Middle Creek keep trading buckets here. As you can hear the players on the floor, at least I can hear the players on the floor, saying step up when the ball is passed by Cary. So Middle Creek definitely looks to try to put pressure in the face as Cary moves around the ball.
And this is going to be Stevens to the line for two shots.
Lily Podolsky here to check in for Middle Creek after these free throws.
She's going to switch out with Abby Coffey. You know, I'm not going to lie, Tom. It never really made sense to me to have cheerleaders at a girls' basketball game.
You know, I think it just shows that school spirit and that, you know, although people aren't huge on girls' basketball, that, you know, the school still appreciates it. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't find it a little odd, but it does provide a little noise in a gym that can be very quiet sometimes.
I see your point. I see your point. And this one under the middle to McLeod. That one's going to be unable to be brought down. Stevens going to dump it off to the layup for 2 points for Cary. That was number 15 again, Mallory Curtis. Mustangs trail by 21 now.
Let's see what the Mustangs can put together on the offensive end.
High pass from Ali. Good save by Height. She's going to get the rebound. Puts it up for two. No good.
Ooh.
That is a charge against the Mustangs. That was against Podolsky drew that one.
Good defense by the Mustangs there.
Mustangs going to have to find a way to overcome a 21-point deficit.
Let's see if they can shoot some threes like they were earlier in the game.
This is McLeod with the ball. Looking for something to get open. Cary does have a pretty good defense. That's going to be a foul. And that's going to be two shots for the Mustangs, I believe.
Is it two shots? Yes, it.
They're just inbounding it.
Yeah, it was a.
I'm never quite sure of the when it becomes 2 shots, and isn't it when they're going up for?
Yeah, if they seem like they're supposed to be in a shooting motion, or seem like they're about to put up the ball, then they'll give them the 2 shots. But if it's just on the floor, it's a dead ball inbound, unless
That's why you're the expert.
then again you have more than 7 fouls, and you're automatically in the free throw line. But if you have 10, then it's 2 shots. 7, you have 1 and 1. Depends on if you make the first one to see if you get the second one.
So Cary puts up 3 shots that were no good before being fouled on the 4th one.
2 shots here for the Lady Imps. Natalie McBride checks in for the Mustangs for the first time tonight.
And the second free throw is good. That makes the score Mustangs 28, Cary Imps 51. Ali with the ball. Need to find out some sort of game plan that's going to be consistently allowing them to score, because right now they're on and off with whether they're successful or not, and it's usually not even close, if that makes sense.
I think I know what you mean.
You'd think so. You're the expert here. I don't know why I'm giving my amateur analysis.
Yeah.
Here's Ali with the ball.
You can provide some expertise sometimes.
Sometimes, all right.
Hey, sometimes it's better than no time.
So this one is going to be 2 shots for Ali on the line. Good free throw shooter as well. It's almost a tongue twister.
Very much. Now Stevens has checked out of the game for Cary. Let's see how Middle Creek can respond and maybe get some points on the board here.
First one is good. I almost feel like we have to whisper like we're at a golfing event, like when they're going for the putt.
Yeah.
When it gets all quiet in here.
No talking during Middle Creek free throws.
Ali with the shot. Goes up, and it's good.
She makes it.
Golf clap. That one's intercepted by Shank. Nice athleticism. She's going to try and set something up here. There's height wide open on the outside. Fakes the shot. Goes in for the layup. And it's good.
Middle Creek pulling off a little Cary touch and bringing out the full court press here. Trying to get back in this game.
And that's going to be a timeout by Cary, I believe. Like you said, Petty's not showing the intensity that you're used to seeing from the sideline. I don't think that's to say that he doesn't care about this game anymore. He's just not, breaking clipboards in half, which is uncharacteristic of him.
Oh, he's definitely given some words of wisdom here on the sidelines. And Cary coach seems to be drawing up a plan to get around this Middle Creek full court press. Let's see what happens when this timeout ends here.
So, in other news, Middle Creek had their exams this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Luckily for myself, I was exempt from 3 of them. Perks of being a senior. I had to go in on Wednesday, though, to take a digital media exam.
Oh, digital media.
Tom,
That's a rough class.
It's ironically enough, between 2 AP classes and gym, which I guess I should have a high A in, my lowest grade was in digital media too.
Wow. Digital media too, man. Those teachers in digital media must be really hard.
They are the toughest
teachers
roughest
out there.
graders I've ever met.
They should be nicer and give you all A's on everything.
If I had to give words of wisdom, that would be it. My advice to any digital media teachers.
I could say for myself, I actually didn't have to take any exams this week.
Oh,
I was
really?
off all week. It was pretty nice.
Here's height on the inside layup. It's good. Ironically enough, Tom, I've never gotten straight A's in a semester. I have a 4.4 GPA. So it's not to say I get bad grades. I'm an A and B student, but I've never gotten a semester where I've gotten all A's. And the irony, to add on to it, is that this is the one semester where it doesn't matter, as I've been accepted or I've heard from every college that I applied to. So Senioritis is kicking in hard, Tom.
Oh yeah, second semester. It's really gonna take a new level.
And that one gets away from number 22 as she goes to drive. That was Rebecca Stewart.
Stevens still out of the game for Cary here.
Yeah, you imagine they want her to be nice and rested. It's not exactly a close game at this point. Obviously, she's still going to get ball time, but don't want to push her too hard when it's unnecessary. Here's Ali with the layup, and it's good. That makes the score 36-51. And if my math serves me correct, they now only trail by 15. And here's the layup from Holly Springs. That one's good, made by number 20, Becca Steed.
If Middle Creek had a couple more steals, this game could be really interesting and really close. They're definitely taking their time on the offensive end.
That's something you see a little bit more on the men's side of basketball, is setting up plays in the middle of the game as opposed to during timeouts, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially in high school where there's no shot clock. So they literally have as much time as they want to set up any play they want.
I mean, maybe the girls are, but I'm not seeing it. There's a foul. Going to be 2 shots for height.
Well, they might be just looking for an open girl to have an open shot. Just pass the ball until a girl has a shot that's not contested and have the highest percentage to make it. I mean, I know Petty has many plays on his many clipboards, and see if they can execute them.
Here's Height on her second attempt. That goes up, and it's short.
And, offensive rebound from Middle Creek.
Something we haven't seen much of tonight. Not quite on the layup.
A little short.
Number 15 goes for the 3. No good. Rebounded by the Mustangs. And they're going to call a jump ball, I believe.
Possession arrow is for Cary.
Our player most definitely had that ball. What do I know?
Well, I think Cary's player came in and tied the ball up, so they called jump ball, and whoever has the possession arrow gets the ball there. Now, if that happens again, Middle Creek would receive the ball. It's a way to try to make the game even, I guess you could say.
Just under 20 seconds left here in the third quarter. Ali with the ball, passes to Shank. That one's deflected, going to be recovered by Cary. 5 seconds now. Height with the breakaway. 2 seconds for the layup, and it's good. So that puts the Mustangs down 38-53. They're slowly chipping away here. They're going to have to make a nice comeback run here in the fourth quarter, but stay tuned for that. Coming up, we're taking a quick commercial break. Stay tuned. You're watching the Sports Block.
Block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Block.
One block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
And we're back with the Sports Block. Had a little bit of friendly discussion about the game here during halftime, or during the intermission, I should say. Mustangs trail 38-53. That is a 15-point deficit. They're going to have to really make some magic here if they want to come back and win this one.
Yeah, let's see what Middle Creek can put together here in the last 8 minutes.
Here's Ali driving, dumps off to Height for the layup down under, gets her own rebound, and she's going to be fouled on the way up for 2 shots. I'd like to take this time to give a quick shout-out to Josh Harden for actually being here at the basketball game and not doing Sports Block. Keep up the good work. We'd love to see you next week.
Oh, yeah, and another shout-out to Josh Harden, who actually last Friday showed up and took my spot as a commentator and made me actually leave somewhere early and to come to find out that I was not going to be commentating that Friday. So thank you very much, Josh Harden.
And in spite of Josh Harden's, I don't know what to call that, we make 2 free throws, make the score 40-53. And Cary answers right back with a layup of their own, making it 40-55.
You know, Middle Creek is definitely putting some points on the board. Let's see if they can get some defense to go along with that to see if they can hold them and be able to get down this deficit.
That was McElroy with the layup down under. Pass to Stevens going nowhere but out of bounds. Mustangs ball once again.
Let's see. Middle Creek has put together a full court press and was able to get a steal there. Let's see if they can continue that and get the ball and get some points on the board.
Ali's pass, poor decision making. That one's easily intercepted. Here's the layup from Cary. Good. That was number 30, Meredith Courtney. Here's the baseball throw to Height.
Height gives number 22 from Cary a good hip and fouls her there.
Cary's ball nonetheless.
And the full court press out again for the Mustangs and a steal.
Underneath number 30, no good on the layup. Height goes up for the layup, is fouled, and she's going to have 2 shots.
Back on the free throw line. Last time she was 2 for 2. Let's see if she can make 2 again.
First one is good.
You can definitely tell she works on her free throws in practice.
I don't know if that's her own will or Petty forcing them to do that. And here's Height on the free throw.
I feel like it might be a little bit of both.
That one is good as well. Some good free throw shooting from Height. Stevens on the court.
Oh, a long pass.
In and out of the hands of Courtney.
You know, that might be a pass that, Stevens makes, in the next year when she's in college and her teammate makes that. But now here when she might be a little bit better than everyone else on the floor, it might not go.
McElroy recovered the ball there. Seems to be a little bit slow to get up. I can definitely tell that was some floor burn, some serious floor burn.
Yeah, let's see if she can walk this out and keep playing here.
Okay, so Cary's ball here.
Mustangs trail by 13.
Almost intercepted by the Mustangs. 3-on-1 the other way. Underneath. And that is a layup for Stevens. Don't have any official stats for the sports block, but she definitely has a bulk of Cary's points.
Yeah, it would be really interesting to see how many points she has in this game. Easily at least 20.
Think that many?
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Here's McElroy with the free throws. Mustangs still trail by a deficit of 15.
It gets really quiet in this gym on free throws.
Here comes the second one.
It's almost as quiet, and you can hear the clicks of the guy's iPad that's below us here. Seemed like a questionable call. A lot of noise here from the crowd.
Didn't quite catch what happened. I was looking for the man with the iPad. I believe this is going to be one shot. That was Rebecca Stewart on the free throw, and it is good.
A really high arcing shot there. It's interesting.
So she'll actually have 2 shots. Here comes the second.
She jumps on her free throws, which is a little odd. Normally free throws are, you just stay flat-footed.
Well, she's listed at 5'4", so she might just need to get a little bit extra oomph on the ball.
Yeah. A little bit of juice to get that ball in the net.
Here's Stevens going up the court. Number 30 with the layup is good. That one looked pretty good, actually. 48-63. 5 minutes and 35 seconds remaining. Here's Shank with the 3, just off.
Both teams looking a little tired out there on the court, walking up the court and bringing the ball slow. Definitely don't have the intensity that they had earlier in the game.
Well, they have the lead, so they really don't need to rush things. I think if they want to take their time, they can go ahead and take their time,
Very true. Very true.
So I guess that tipped off a Mustang player. That one's going to be Cary's ball.
Yeah, Cary definitely taking their time. Ooh, and a block shot.
And here's McElroy going up with the ball, layup. That was good. She split 2 defenders right there. And there's going to be a timeout by Coach Petty, I do believe. Mustangs trail 50-63.
Middle Creek is really not out of this game. I mean, it might be 13 points, but, they're putting the points on the board. If they get a couple defensive stops, they're a couple points away from getting the lead.
I think their biggest enemy here is by far the amount of time they have left to do this. 4 minutes and 39 seconds really isn't much time to take down a team that's been, keeping up with the points.
Yeah, I feel if they put a couple more points on the board in the first half, this game would be really, really, really good and interesting. Buzzer beater like the JV game was here right before this game started. Petty looked to give a positive message to his team there. Positive energy. Full court press here by the Mustangs.
Managed to get rid of the ball in time. And here comes the layup, and it's good for Cary. Here's Shank with the ball to Ali. Really preventing that perimeter shooting. Here's Shank for the 2. No good. Offensive rebound. She gets fouled on the way up. And, the Mustangs, and not to take away from any of their previous performances, seem to be playing actually a little bit better than they have in the past. And I think it's just that Cary is just such a powerhouse of a football team. They're just putting up so many points that it's difficult for the Mustangs to keep up with them.
Yeah. And I wonder if the exams with the having only half days benefits them at all by having more rest and being able to perform more on the court.
Correction, I actually said football. I was slapped and corrected. It is basketball that we were watching. If you were for 4 quarters in and did not know that, I apologize.
Yes, football definitely occurs on the field. And
it's a force of habit. It's a force of habit. This is my first.
I take that a little bit to heart there. That you mixed up football and basketball, but it's okay.
I apologize, Tom. Of course, Tom, along with being our expert women's basketball analyst, is also an all-conference. Bench warmer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Left side bench. It was warm the whole season.
That's all you can ask. Team player right here.
I was a little mad when they brought out heaters in the last two football games.
Thanks, Obama.
My job was a little unnecessary.
So Cary going to take their time with the ball here. They just got to kill the clock at this point. I tell you, there's a Middle Creek mom snapping pictures, and it has like a green dot sight, it's like a sniper like beam that's going on the court, and it's a little bit distracting. And then there's a flash to follow it. And I mean, if I'm noticing it, I'm sure the girls on the court are as well.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I see her when she puts up that camera to try to turn away. Yeah, this is the most points I've seen Middle Creek score in a while. I think if they weren't playing probably one of the best teams in the SWAC conference, they could easily pull out the W versus most teams.
And, even if they don't pull it out here tonight, I think this is going to be a big, and I think it should be, I don't know if it will be, it should be a big confidence booster for the Mustangs, because this has been a pretty good performance here from them.
I mean, you don't see a girls basketball team scoring 71 points every day.
No, definitely not. And here's Height for the layup. Fouled on the way up. She's going to have 2 shots.
I think number 21 McGill was hurt for the Mustangs.
Nick Elroy has taken a few spills on the court today. She does look to be in some pain as she comes off.
She goes straight to the trainer to talk to him, see what's wrong there.
Here's Height, short on the free throw. A little bit of confusion there. It is 2 shots, not just 1.
Yeah, since there are 10 team fouls for Cary, every foul is an automatic 2 shots from the free throw line for Middle Creek.
That is a push against Middle Creek, going to be 2 shots.
Now Middle Creek has 9 team fouls, so every foul from now on will be 2 shots for Cary.
First shot is up and good.
Now it is very quiet in here when Middle Creek shoots free throws, but it is loud when Cary shoots free throws.
Part of home court advantage, I believe.
And benefit of the Middle Creek cheerleaders.
There you go. McLeod under the middle to Height, and that one's good. I always got upset as a kid. That one hit that little box that you're supposed to hit when you go for a free throw. I'd always hit it inside the box, and it would never go in. Yeah. I don't know why, and that always angered me because I feel like I was promised to make a layup, and then I didn't make it, and I feel cheated.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Many times have I heard, hit the box and it goes in, but the physics must be wrong because I've hit the box many times and the ball has not gone in. They never tell you on the factor the speed of how fast the ball should go when it hits the box.
Rebounded by Middle Creek. 1 minute, 30 seconds left.
Middle Creek making a strong finish here to finish out the game.
McLeod just throws that one up and somehow goes in.
It's their 13-point game.
Here's the layup, and it's good.
Both teams trading baskets here.
Almost intercepted by Cary. Actually will come down with it. Good job staying in bounds there.
Yeah, good athletic move by number 25.
Under the middle, passes it to the outside. They're just going to kill some time here.
Less than a minute left here in the game.
It's going to be a jump ball. Did you see the the ref just clapping there, that was a little bit weird.
Yeah, it's a little odd. I wonder if he favors any team because, the possession areas.
Tom.
We can't say
That's
that.
out of the question, Tom.
Hey, well, you brought up the point if he's clapping. I'm just saying.
Tom, no.
Well, to go back to the
Nope,
possession
Tom,
area,
Tom.
All right, if you don't want me to say nothing, all right. Quiet.
It's for the best, Tom. Give a shout out to our camera people, Patrick Pastrana and Melanie Jarvis down there on the court, doing the work. It's a dangerous sport, after all. They whenever there's a free throw like that one, that was good. They have to move under the basket, and it's like crossing the desert. It's very dangerous, and you never know what's going to happen. Next free throw is good as well. And that is a foul by Middle Creek against Cary. And I'll tell you, Tom, you're allowed to talk, just not about that specific subject for the record. A certain crew member of the Sports Block, Jason Schmidt, had a birthday party recently that involved mud football.
Ooh.
And I will say that our camera person, Melanie Jarvis, did get decked by me. I tackled her in the mud, as well as fellow team member Helen Kimball. And I think I got Jason on a Superman tackle as well.
Well, Jason probably wasn't that good at football since he's from Michigan, so that probably does it for you.
Ooh. That was cold-blooded, Tom.
They're not too good up there.
Ooh.
If he came over to my house, I'd teach him a little bit on how to play football.
Shots are being fired. 25 seconds left here in this game.
Cary holding the ball here to finish up this game.
Fakes the drive. Pass was a little odd. Recovered by the Mustangs. Here's Shank with the layup. She's fouled on the way up. We have some complaining on the Cary side. I don't want to talk too loud because they might hear me, but I think they might need to relax a little bit with 8.5 seconds left here.
Yeah, you have to whisper when Middle Creek is shooting free throws.
Yeah, it's so quiet. I feel so uncomfortable right now.
I feel like everybody in the stadium can hear me.
I really do. I honestly do. He has to tell the coach to stop. Coach is so into it right now.
I feel like you can hear every single word the coach is saying right now.
I feel like the NSA is watching as well. First shot is good by Shank.
This is a really good outing by Middle Creek. I mean, not every day do you see a team lose and score over 60 points.
And the second one is good by Shank. And Cary's probably just going to let the time run out here. 3, 2, 1. And that is the end of the basketball game. Mustangs fall 65-77. Really just a good, strong offensive performance by both teams here. It looked like Cary had a little bit of the upper hand size-wise and just had a few more baskets go in, a little bit lucky there. Not to take anything away from them. Tom, you have any professional analysis for this game?
I mean, these are, two good basketball teams. I mean, Cary definitely came to Middle Creek and showed what they got and, won this game. But, that doesn't put anything against Middle Creek. They played a really good game tonight. Yeah,
as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Mustangs should take this as a learning lesson and use it as momentum going forward, as they really did have a good performance here tonight.
Very good performance. I hope Coach Petty will reflect on that later in practice, either tomorrow or next week.
May have to go check on him once this game is over. But until then, that's going to be it for us here at the Sports Block. So signing off for Tom Hartshorn, I'm Will Giddis. Be here next time for the Sports Block. You're watching the Sports Block.